welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. Excuse me. I am back with making another one of these bracelets where I kind of go a little bit crazy with the pattern and see where it takes me. And basically, we went for a third one because I did string for 2/3 and then 2/3. And guess what that leaves when you're cutting up your string? It leaves another 2/3. So, yay. This time though, I did a little bit different, and I was kind of trying to balance the colors a little bit better. On the other ones, it seemed like I went kind of harder on the purple, and I thought this time around, kind of balance things out, make it a little bit more even. But that led to a great discovery, and I'm going to give you a little bit of color theory here to sort of explain away what I discovered from doing this. So there are hot colors and there are cold colors. The hot colors are red, orange, yellow. The cold colors are blue, green, and purple. And when you have red, orange, and yellow and purple as your 4 colors, you only have one cold color. And as a result, if you balance all these things equally, it will look like you're seriously leaning a whole lot harder on the hot colors. Right. So the previous ones almost appear balanced, even though that they were purple heavy. And the balance was between the hot and the cold, not the colors themselves. And in this particular design, because I balanced all the colors really, really well, it seems like there's almost nothing of the purple. It seems like it's barely used, despite the fact that it does get used kind of okay. So it's an interesting thing that I kind of learned along the way. I was pretty well into it when I started looking at it and started questioning, like, that's really bright. And yeah, but it's okay. It's different. Somebody else's palette is gonna see this and immediately think like, that's the bracelet I want. And that's fine. And that's the kind of thing that, I don't know, it keeps me going because of the notion that this not one single bracelet is going to be the perfect pattern or the perfect design for everybody out there. Everybody leans towards their colors or their shapes or whatever it is, and because of that, I keep chasing the idea that there's more that I can make, and that makes me happy that there are just an endless possible number of bracelets and designs that can be done. So yeah, there you go. Again, this is all fluorescent colors, right? Like they glow under a black light or a UV lamp. They glow super, super, super bright. Even the purple is one of these, although it doesn't glow as nearly as much as the other colors. It just becomes interesting, a little different, a little weird, but it's fun. I don't remember where I get this string from. I know it's AliExpress, but I don't know the name of the shop for that one. But it's not my normal supplier. And the thicknesses of the neon colors are just slightly different from the regular colors. So it's kind of nice sometimes to just do it all in the neon, just because then at least the strings, you know, are more consistent. Because if you mix them up, you gotta try to finesse your knots to make it look nice and even and nice. So that's another thing that, in case you're curious about doing neon colors, they're fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people really like it. When I did the pop-up sale thing, I brought along a flashlight that actually does the UV lights, and yeah, a lot of people were really impressed and really had a lot of fun with that. So it might have even helped cause a couple of sales, you know, people that got excited. So this is, it's like this pattern has so many different things going on there. There's, if you notice, the first thing, it was a chevron, then it went into a little part of a dovetail, a couple diamonds, some more like different kind of chevrons, where instead of going across the whole thing, it's more like a W. And then now it's going into a little diamond, which the diamonds are in the center, but then the other parts are more like a dovetail. So I really just threw everything into this to try to see what kind of different design I could come up with. And yeah, at the end of the day, I do like it. I do like it a lot. And like I said, somebody's gonna think that's just the right amount of purple in there. But like when I compare it to the other ones, it's really, it just seems so much brighter. So that was my biggest takeaways. I do like the fact that the pattern, because it kind of keeps going through different types of things going on, it made it really easy to follow along on the pattern, because I could be like, oh, here's where it's a dovetail with the yellow, and then after the dovetail with the yellow, it kind of does a dovetail with the orange, you know, and it just makes, and then after that, it kind of goes into some chevrons that break into a diamond, you know, so like the whole time, I kind of know where I am in the pattern, and it made it actually doing this really easy. It's still takes a couple hours because there's so many more knots when it doing the single strand to get the same length, because I kind of have like a size that I tend to try to go for, and yeah, if you do single stranded versus double, it is a lot more knots. It does take a lot more time, but it looks more intricate because there's, you know, so many more knots in the same amount of space. It does look a lot more intricate. So, you know, there'll be the people that really like that. There's going to be the people that like the chunky ones. There's no accounting for taste, is it? You know, like I've got friends who wear great big manly watches, some girls who wear these great big chunky watches that even for me, I would be like, that's just too big, too heavy. I would hate it. But they love it. And it's just like, okay, you know, to each their own, right? So yeah, that's, you know, these bracelets, you can't always predict which one is going to be like the most popular, you know, which one will sell immediately or not. It's, yeah. I'd kind of like to see all three of these go as a set. I'm pondering doing that for the shop, just because I think it'd be really fun for like a group of friends to have bracelets that are similar but different. I think that makes it a little bit harder to do the sale, because that group, you know, that's like really, you know, specific, and I don't know. I'm not sure if that like makes the most amount of sense or not. Maybe what I could do is like say the bracelet's $10 each, but if you buy them in a set, I do it for like 25, or maybe even as low as like 20, just because I'd love to see it go as a set. That kind of makes sense, right? Oh, you can tell like I really went all in on trying to do segment knotting with this, and just try to keep the progression going along as easily as possible, which it worked out really well. I don't think we had any mistakes at all in making it, so that was good. The only thing was just how long it took, you know, and trying to keep track. Like if I record like longer than like 20 minutes at a time, the file size tends to get kind of big, and then I have like trouble like editing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there was a few times where I was just in the zone and the timer ran out. There's there's no like audio thing for it, so I have to like kind of watch for it. So there was a couple times where I was just really focused and, you know, getting it done, and then realizing like, whoa, that was weird. Oh, speaking of, I got an alarm coming up. Hang on, let me turn off my alarm. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, see like the purple here, just a little W type thing in it. I don't know. I like it how it turned out, even if it is like very, very little purple by comparison. Kind of interested in hearing what you guys had to say. Like, out of the 3 that I made, was there a favorite? There's nothing wrong if you choose one over the other. If you think this is the best, cool. But I mean, I'm curious as to like, because they are absolutely completely different from one another. Like, there is no doubt that they are just completely unusual. Yep, so here we go with a bit of the dovetail and a diamond kind of combined. And it kind of surprised me a little bit that, like, after doing this little bit of the dovetail, like it goes right into it so immediately, and then the yellow one, and I'm like, whoa, I'm already past that. Like, it went really, really kind of quickly in my mind as far as one segment into the next segment into the next. So that's always kind of a pleasing thing. Like, if you're doing a repetitive pattern and you're like, oh my god, is this part ever going to end? This was quite different from that. So this was just surprisingly, whoa, I'm already there? Yeah, that was cool. So kind of want to have more patterns with that. And I'm already trying to think of what is the next pattern going to be, because I want to make something interesting again, and I want to have some fun with it. So I'm kind of enjoying this whole trying to come up with a pattern out of like nowhere kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If I sound a little nasally, I apologize. I think my sinuses are just have a problem with something. I don't know what. How much more video is there? Oh, I need to thank my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members for making this stuff possible. Honestly, I can't imagine how I would do this without their help, because I don't make a whole lot from videos from YouTube itself. So these subscriptions, you know, they really do help keep the string coming and stuff like that, because yeah, I go through a lot of string. I've tried to get a hold of like DMC, the corporation, and be like, look, I use a lot of string, and I'm encouraging all kinds of people to use a lot of string as well. So maybe you guys could like sponsor me or something. And nothing yet. I'm trying. I want it. Nothing yet. It would change a lot though, because DMC floss is a lot thinner, and it would make even like a bracelet like this even daintier still. So it's not a bad thing. It would just be different. It would make the amount of loops that I do on the bag would have to increase in order to have the same size. Had that happen once with some like hand-dyed string. Made a bag once that I thought I was going to have enough string left over to do a bracelet, but it turned out I had to use all of it because I had to add one more loop to the overall thing. Otherwise the bag would have been too small for anything, because that was pearl cotton. And it turns out that the pearl cotton was a lot smaller than the stuff that I had been using. So it's like, whoop, not cool. Well, KNOT cool? Yes. The overall project turned out amazing. I would love to do that one again. Those were fun. All right. We still have a couple minutes left. Yeah, so those are the chevrons, and it goes into the diamonds. Yeah, not much more to go, guys. Yeah, so if you're interested in becoming a member, one thing I can tell you is, like, right now, I'm actually not only doing the voiceover for this, I'm actually in a live stream. So if you want to, like, see behind the scenes and see me set up for these kind of things, and then, you know, what goes on over here, that's the thing. You can do that by being a YouTube member. It's like $5 a month. Or if you're in the US, I don't know exchange rates for other places, but yeah, it's not very expensive, and you get to see videos early and behind the scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, it'd be great for you to join. And oh, and you get smiley faces next to your name when you chat with me during the live streams on Saturdays. So kind of a bonus there. It's not like the greatest thing. Like I wish there was more I could do. It's kind of limited with the technology, but still get a smiley face. It's pretty cool, I think. Yeah. So there's another one of the little dovetails. It's really cool. I like how there's so many little differenty things kind of going on with the overall pattern. Like, it just breaks into a little, you know, 2 diamonds, a dovetail, and then this big chevron. So yeah, it's kind of neat. And again, I've just tried a lot of different things together to come up with this. Obviously, if you want to play around with a template like I did, you could come up with your own thing that's even stranger or different still. So yeah, I mean, try it, see what you come up with. And if you want to, share it with me over on Discord, so then I can have a look and see and be inspired. So that'd be awesome. All right, thanks for hanging out with me, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.